Over in just a second. And we'll wait 5 seconds. Hi everyone, I'm with my husband Bruce, and we are rocking Florida real estate here. And this segment we're going to talk about all the concerts we go to. And Bruce, who are we featuring this week?
So this week we're featuring Cheap Trick. That was our first concert on our Whirlwind tour this year. Is back in January, and we went down to Miami's casino, Magic City Casino.
Alrighty. And did we have pretty good seats, or what?
We had great seats. We were 6 rows, front and center. I was sporting an eye patch. I think I scared Robin Zander a few times, but it was cold and rainy night. It was outside. It was out on their old dog track, but they did give us ponchos, so we had that going for us.
Yep. So we sat with the ponchos and hunkered down under those ponchos, and but we still had a really good time. So, what can you tell us about Cheap Trick?
Well, by the time the concert started, we were exhausted. Well, Michele was. She drove. It was about 6 hours getting there and 6 hours getting home. We got home about 5 a.m., but it was awesome. They performed. I couldn't believe it. Rick Nielsen, I think, is 72, and Robin Zander's in his late 60s. And you would think there were 2 kids up there still performing.
Yes, they did. They were jumping around, and our favorite part was when they were throwing the picks.
The guitar picks, and they flipped a few albums like they were Frisbees. Almost got one.
Right, and the drummer was just crazy good, and I thought that was, really special there. So, do you have any trivia for us this week?
I've got trivia galore. So
get ready, folks.
I got 3 trivia questions tonight. The first is a 2-parter. So
I don't have to know the answers.
No, you don't need
good.
to know. But you should know. I quiz you enough.
I know.
So, in a great 80s hit, you're going to have to tell me the name of the movie and the character in the movie who made this quote. It was, can you honestly tell me you forgot? You forgot the magnetism of Robin Zander and the charisma of Rick Nielsen? So that's questions 1 and 2. What teen movie, awesome movie of the 80s was it? We saw it firsthand live back at the theaters of Countryside, which is now a gym. And also, what character in the movie made those quotes?
I do not have a clue. Usually I have a little bit of a clue, especially as far as movies. So, how long has Cheap Trick been around?
Cheap Trick, another Illinois band. We're finding, of course, Chicago, REO. Cheap Trick formed up in Rockford, Illinois back in '73. So, they're pushing their 50 years here pretty quick too. And I got probably one of their best albums that put them on the map, Cheap Trick Live at Budokan. I actually have a couple copies of this album, and I'm sure a cassette and CDs.
Now, earlier today, Jeff was asking, did they play that Budokan one? And
they played a lot of the songs there. Some of the best ones they played was Surrender, I Want You to Want Me, The Dream Police, that was also in the movie, and Ain't That a Shame were 4 of the big ones they played, and they went about an hour and 40 minutes, and you knew the words to every song.
It was just a great concert. And I think that they're going to be coming back up here to Tampa.
We get a redo in October. They're going to be out at the Amphitheater out by the fairgrounds with ZZ Top. So we're going to get a redo on Cheap Trick and also ZZ Top. And if you're ever, now I'm not sure he's still there, but several years ago, if you're ever in Safety Harbor, where the big spa is around here, always look for Robin Zander. He's got a place there, and he's out and about day and night down there. So
I'm going to go down there because I love going to Safety Harbor Spa. It's like one of my favorite places.
And you can't miss Zander with the long blonde hair still. So.
And somebody was telling me their kid went to school with his kid.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So they took the trip down to Miami like we did to put that concert on, and we're definitely going to be seeing that concert coming to Tampa. So, what was your favorite song?
Probably The Dream Police.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That was a great one.
So anything else? Or
yep, I got a third trivia question.
Oh, a third.
So Cheap Trick performed the theme song for a late 90s, early 2000s television show. And not a lot of people know they did it, so I'll let you think about it. But I'll give you one clue. At the end, one of the main characters yelled, "I love you, Wisconsin!"
Oh, I think I do know that one. Great. So what we're gonna do is, first thing is we're gonna have Bruce give you the answers to the trivia questions.
So, question 1, the quote I gave you. Can you honestly tell me you forgot? Forgot the magnetism of Robin Zander and the charisma of Rick Nielsen? Now you gotta remember, Rick Nielsen runs around with the 5-neck guitar, so the answers are, of course,
Number 1.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Bruce's
Spicoli. I'm beating my head with the shoe. And
that's right.
the character who made the quote was Damone, the most hated character in the show.
Was he really hated?
Oh,
Yeah,
he was.
Yes, he was.
He was a bit of a...
I liked Mr. Hand. He was really
Mr.
funny.
Hand was great, but Damone was kind of a prick, as was painted on his car and locker.
My favorite part was when the pizza was delivered.
Yeah.
That was funny.
We were talking about that at work today, how Mr. Hand, it wasn't his time. Spicoli said it was our time. And usually would have a bagel in his pocket and pizza delivery.
Right. And what's the answer to number 2?
So number 2 was Damone. Number 3,
Sorry.
this theme song that Cheap Trick did was for that 70s show with Eric and Donna and Hyde and Kelso and Jackie and Red. You know where he's going to put his foot. And Kitty.
My favorite part was when they did the circle.
Yeah.
And they were laughing. That was always kind of funny.
Nothing like Wisconsin beer in the circle.
Right. So, anyways. Okay. Well, folks, thanks so much for joining us during our favorite time of talking about rock bands and trivia questions. And we will see you next time. Where are we going next time, Bruce?
Next time, we are heading up to Ocala, the Villages, and trying to avoid all their golf carts. And we're going to see REO Speedwagon, front and center again, 3rd row center, and so close you feel like you're on stage.
Well, I can't wait for that. So we'll see you later. This is Bruce and Michelle, rocking Florida real estate. See you later, folks.